Is it on? Is the sound working okay?
We're live, mate. We're
What's
live.
that?
We're live.
We're on live.
Aye.
What? Oh. Hey everyone. I'm standing outside a tax collector's booth in Capernaum, a stone's throw from the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus continues to make waves. As you can see behind me, the booth here is closed up. And it's been like that since yesterday, when the tax collector who worked here, a man called Levi, suddenly got up, pulled the shutters down, and went out of his office to follow Jesus along the road with a crowd of people who were with him. Well, I caught up with Levi earlier to ask him what had happened.
What happened? Well, it was like this. Jesus was walking along the road with his disciples, chatting away, when suddenly he stopped outside my booth and he told me to follow him. So I did.
Why?
I don't know, really. Just something about him. That and the fact that he's the only religious teacher who ever talked to me without calling me names. So what did you do next? I threw a big dinner party for all my friends at work so they could meet Jesus too. Will you be going back to work? Oh no, I'm giving all that up. I realised last night at the party that all that stuff that used to be important to me, my job, my money, my house, it really wasn't making me happy. But already I feel so much more like myself, you know, like the person that God made me to be. So I'm going to follow Jesus wherever he goes.
So there you have it, Levi's story. And it's very interesting talking to the people who are following Jesus, that for so many of them, one of the first things they want to do is tell other people about him and to bring their friends to meet him. So I caught up with one of Levi's friends, Joe, to ask him how he felt about meeting Jesus at that party.
Well, it was all a bit weird, to be honest. Got a message from Levi inviting me to a party at his house. There's just nothing unusual about that. Because he invited me to meet some new teacher called Jesus. So I thought it was a bit odd, because the religious teachers, they normally ignore us completely. What was it like? Well, there was plenty of food. Roast lamb, mint, herbs, delicious hot bread, the freshest of fresh fruit, dates, raisin cakes, good wine. Oh.
No, I mean, what was it like meeting Jesus?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty amazing actually. And pretty normal too. Yeah, he sat down with us at the table, he ate and drank with us, told us some stories. It's really great to listen to. And I was amazed actually, because, us tax collectors have a bit of a reputation for being wild, but he didn't seem to mind that. Yeah, I'd like to go along and hear him again sometime actually.
But not everyone is excited about this new teacher. I asked Shem, a teacher of the law, for his take on what happened.
Honestly, it's just outrageous, Jesus hanging out with Levi and his friends.
What's wrong with that?
Are you serious? They're a bunch of sinners, working for the Romans, stealing our money by taking taxes, taking a little bit extra for themselves, spending it all on lavish parties like the one last night.
So you weren't invited to the party?
No, but even if I had been, I wouldn't have set foot in that house.
But you were seen hanging around Levi's place with some other religious leaders, so you weren't hoping to get in?
Don't be ridiculous. No, we were only there because we wanted to ask his disciples what Jesus thought he was playing at, hanging out with sinners like that.
And what did they say?
Well, before they could answer the question, Jesus himself came over. Do you know, honestly, it's like he could read minds sometimes. And he said something about how it isn't the healthy who need a doctor, it's the sick. And he'd come to call sinners to turn back to God rather than spend all his time with righteous people like us.
So you think you're righteous then?
Oh, yes, super righteous.
So there you go, another exciting day in Galilee. Although I have to say that the atmosphere is changing here. People are still flocking to see Jesus, but there's definitely a growing spirit of resistance amongst the religious leaders. But let's leave the last word with Levi, or Matthew, as some people call him. When I asked him whether he had any regrets, he said, "No way. Following Jesus is the best decision I ever made. There's no one quite like him. The things he says and the things he does, wow, I might write it all down someday." This has been Jacob Scracker with a special report from Galilee.
And cut. All right, mate, that's a wrap.
A wrap? Well, I could do with a wrap. Is there a McDaniel's around here somewhere? Are they all still closed? Not even the takeaway? Oh well, maybe we could go back to Levi's and get something there.